To all my Americans out there, Pilgrim's bounty is upon us, and to the non-Americans, but it is a Thanksgiving-related holiday, so happy Thanksgiving to anybody who's out there watching from the good old United States. Yes, and what does it mean for anybody in America, out of America? Well, it means the feasts of the Pilgrim's bounty are spread throughout Azeroth, so get into your main cities, but not just your main cities this time. You can also go into any of the Dragonflight zones, and there will be Pilgrim's Bounty feasts set up there. Now, why do you care about this? Yeah, Sam, I don't give a shit about turkey. Maybe you don't care about gravy. I don't know. Maybe you just don't have a soul. But if you do participate in the Pilgrim's Bounty event, you will get the Spirit of Sharing 10% buff on reputation. Yeah, so you can go ahead... Smallpox to the natives, Jesus. You can go ahead and get your buff, your rep buff, right? And the great thing is, if you take that buff, which will give you, again, 10%, and you stack it with the anniversary buff, you can get 29% extra Dream Warden's rep. That's right, so it's a good time. The 10% in of itself is not that great, but stacking it with the 19th anniversary 19% buff, now we're talking. 29% buff is a lot, so get in there, do the Pilgrims event, do the, go to your mailbox and pick up your anniversary token or whatever, click on that shit, put it on, and you will get a 29% buff to your rep. So that's pretty good. And if you're a human, that's right. If you play the best race in the game, the humans, you also get another buff. So there you go. Off to the trading post. There's some really cool looking items on this thing. I don't know when these are coming out. 10.2.5 added several dozen new items associated with the trading post. So no rhyme or reason or anything to believe that when of these are going to come out. But it looks like these are early 2024 items. And this is the item that stole the show, honestly. The cock mount. Yes, Blizzard is officially giving us a cock mount. Well, it's a peacock, but that begs to differ. This thing looks pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. I'm sure it's gonna have a great animation, but this thing isn't animated yet, at least on here. Unless they have another page here. No. Yeah, so I don't know what the animation's gonna be, but if it's a peacock, this thing should have an amazing looking animation where it opens its tail or something. I'm going to guarantee that thing's going to have a great mount animation. So there's the peacock mount. Yes, we know the Sailor Moon, as I called it, the Sailor Moon transmog is coming with the Valentine's Day stuff. And I just realized something about the Valentine's Day mount that's coming. So this is part of the Valentine's, in-game event in February. It's called Reigns of the Friendship. As if furries didn't already already Blizzard has acknowledged furries' existence with the Volpera and the Worgen and everything else in the game right now. But it's always been kind of like this behind the scenes thing. Like we know they're acknowledging them and they're catering to them, but they're not outright saying it. Now they're saying it. This mount is literally called Friendship. I mean, come on, man. Jesus, what happened to my game? Well, yeah, it's a fox mount. It's, furries rejoice. Your days are coming. You got some masks and stuff going on here, too. Pretty damn big-looking sword. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty cool-looking sword. A badass-looking Eridar shield. We got some interesting stuff here. Whether I can garner any hints from this, because Blizzard has liked to hint at some future things, I can't say that I can. A lot of these items don't have any real descriptions besides the fact that they are just appearances. So interesting stuff. We did see this. Yes, this sword's badass. A nice remake of an old legend. And continuing on with the over-the-shoulder capes. These are looking good, and it looks like Blizzard's including it in some kind of transmog. The Trader's Rosary transmog, they're calling it, I guess. It's a full set. Get in there, get it, and get the over-the-shoulder. Oh, and umbrellas. We finally got umbrellas in the game for a rainy day. I wonder where this would be equipped. What is this? Oh, it's a toy? Oh, it's a toy. Jade Personal, allowing you to safely float down. Oh, you float down like a Mary Poppins style. Okay, it's a Mary Poppins umbrella. Yeah, that's cool. That's actually cool. This is a toy with some great utility, actually. 5-minute cooldown. Jade for 15 minutes. Wow. Dude, this thing's actually pretty cool. The black one's not bad looking, too. That's a neat little toy. So floating down for 15 minutes, damn. We saw the crown and all the other stuff in here. So yeah, there's your trading post items, some more data mining stuff, and yes, the cock mount has come. Get your Murloc pillows. If you have a Secret Labs chair, you can now get yourself a Murloc pillow. Congratulations. It's just for the low, low price of $59. Jesus Christ, man. Some people's entire chair costs $59. This is a Murloc pillow for $59. It's a back support pillow. It fits with your Secret Labs chairs. I don't know if it fit with others, maybe or maybe not, but this thing is made for Secret Labs. So there you go. If you've got money to burn in a giant pile of shit, go get your Murloc pillow. Amir Drasil location in Azeroth. We've talked about this, guys. We've talked about this. Yes, the Amir Drasil, you know, we finished the raid. We killed Farak. All that stuff has happened. And the new, you know, home base for the Night Elves is, in fact, going to be in the Dragon Isles. Yes. Amir Drasil is going to pop up right here. And this will be the new zone. We'll have, you know, I'm sure they'll have their own city, their own tree hub and everything around here. And all the Night Elves, I'm guessing they're going to rewrite a lot of the Night Elf starting quest lines if you make a Night Elf, because you're probably going to start in this zone from now on. Which makes me kind of sad, because I have a lot of nostalgia for the old Night Elf zones. Night Elves were the first tune I ever created. Night Elf Hunter, his name was Sandman. Yeah, he will be missed. And the new Night Elf zones will also be missed. But it looks like Blizzard isn't fully moving on from the Dragon Isles. Not just because of Amir Drasil, but there have been hints at the Torrent from the Onaharan Plains and the Netherwing from the Outlands also relocating to the Dragon Isles. So I think part of why Blizzard's done this whole thing is, you know, they're bringing flying, right? Dragon riding is coming to all zones. And the Dragon Isles are already set up perfectly for dragon riding. We can already dragon ride there. So it's an easy win-win for them to not have to remake extra zones out, you know, in the Night Elf area. The old Night Elf area, and just put everybody on the Dragon Isles. So I think the Dragon Isles, Blizzard's going to try to create some relevancy out of them and not just make them an old zone that we never go back to again. But I do feel for the Night Elf people. I do, because to me it's not that exciting to have your new home on a new land where there's no nostalgic attachment, no nothing. It doesn't have that old Blizzard feel. I don't know. But it's happening. It's happening, and it's basically guaranteed. So prepare yourselves for that. The new reusable helm enchant. Yes, there is a new helm enchant that will be able to be looted from the raid. So in Amir Drasil's Dream's Hope, and next month, after the reset, we will be able to loot this new helm enchant. And this thing will basically change based on your spec, right? So it'll give you certain stats that you need based on whatever spec you are. So for tanks, healers, range DPS, or melee DPS, it'll give you certain things. This is pretty cool, actually. I wish Blizzard would give us more lootable enchants. It's just another way to kind of gear out a little bit, maybe a little bit more progression. Things will last a little bit longer, you know, chasing that extra piece of enchant maybe for your gear. But this is pretty cool. I don't remember the last time that Blizzard did anything like this, a lootable enchant. But it will be available. It's not available yet, so if you're running the raid right now, it's not going to give it to you. But if you run the raid later on, good morning, Helena, you will be able to get it. Yeah, later on, meaning like next month in December. So this is good. This is good for them. Moving on to the DPS ranks. Yes, our first Amir Drasil, official Amir Drasil DPS ranks for midweek. Let's check out who the big boys are. Overall damage, we got Beast Mastery Hunter, Ass Rogue, Havoc Demon. Oh my god, Havoc's moved up a lot. Wow, wasn't Havoc hurting for a while? Oh, they shot up. Demo Warlock, Outlaw Rogue, Sub-Titty Rogue, Balanced... We got 3 Rogue specs in the top 10. Rogues are in a good spot. Arms Warrior, Unholy Death Knight, Arcane Mage, and it just moves down. We see Affliction Warlock at the bottom. But here's the thing about Warlocks. They always have at least one spec at the top, so I never feel bad for them. Augmentation Evoker, that's always janked, and it's going to eventually fix itself. It's probably not tracking correctly. And again, don't forget, things like Death Knights, Warriors, and Paladins, they're going to get a major bump when the new Legendary comes out. These are all Legendary-less DPS charts, so we'll see when the Legendary comes out where these boys really rank. If we're looking at the boss damage, which matters even more, we see Ass at the top, Beast Mastery, and then Unholy DK. Unholy DK is sitting already in the top 3. I'm guessing when the new Legendary comes out, these boys are going to be number 1. Because that Legendary should be giving us something pretty good. Same with Arms Warrior, they're going to go up even more. And I'm guessing Ret Paladin's going to move from the middle to up into the top of the ranks as well. Mage is sitting in a kind of a weird spot. All their specs are central and not really that great, to be honest. But that's where they are right now, at least. We see at the bottom Marksmanship Hunter, Augie again. Augmentation, I said, will get fixed. Fury Warrior or Furry Warrior, Affliction, and Destro at the bottom there. So interesting. The top boys, Unholy, still holding pretty high up there. That's interesting. And Rogue is just in a fantastic spot after the rework.